Hello folks, welcome back to the build series, the Cherry Blossom Witch Hut series. And today we are going to be building some more, of course. But guys, before I do anything, before I start, I have some unfortunate news. Please ignore the thing in the background that you'll see right over there. But guys, do you see something missing here? Do you see anything missing? Yes. Our beloved cat has disappeared. I do not know where our wonderful cat went. I do not think it had anything to do with this campfire here to my right. Like I think it literally just disappeared. Um so yeah, don't worry. We'll find them. We'll find our cats and we'll have them back on the next episode or whenever, okay? But we will definitely look for them. Okay. Now, with that out of the way, so today we are building a tree. I don't know if you can see. I actually just started building on it. Actually, I was just recording this already, but I realized I was doing a lot of mumbling and fumbling and talking nonsense. So, yeah. And also, I noticed something. There's such things as cherry wood instead of cherry logs. And I was having this problem where I was having the exposed wood stumps. Not to worry. I realize now that there's such thing as these variants of wood. How can I forget? But yeah. So, the idea behind this build is I want to make a very, very tall tree, cherry tree. And you guys probably remember that in the last episode I was saying how I wanted to build like this cave. Well, that's not going to happen anymore because I was kind of thinking about it, like how are we able to fit a cave in such little area, Like we had a mound here and well, we did have some trees here that I had to clear out. Yeah. And there's really was really no way for me to build a cave into that mound. It was a pretty small mound, so I just decided, you know what, let's just play with the environment. Let's just play with the location we're at, and let's just build a giant tree. Now, just to warn you guys though, I've never built a tree before, like a custom tree. I have built like some. Wait, why is this? Oh, that's weird. Huh? Wait, hold on. Wait, what? How come some of them you can few hours later? Wonder if that guy figured it out already. Anyway, um, I've never built tall trees before, so you'll have to forgive me when I'm building this. Like I know right now it looks like total garbage, but not to worry. The idea for us here, is to put this baseline tree. Oh, see, look, I'm able to rotate it now. Wait, huh? Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, but anyway, I'm just putting a baseline tree here. I kind of looked at tutorials online, but it's kind of still. I really still don't know what I'm doing here, so I think I'll stop the video because I have to really figure out what I'm trying to accomplish here. All right, folks, I've been playing around with some ideas here, and I was looking on YouTube as well. There's this YouTuber named Marmalade, L being a one instead of a L, so it's like Marmal One Lade or something. But I saw her building a cherry tree, and she made a good use of like nether brick stuff. So nether brick stairs, slabs, walls, fence posts, I think too. Like cherry wood and nether brick really are almost very similar in color scheme. They really complement each other, in my opinion. So it looks very nice. So I'm just going to use that. Looking at those builds, other builds online, I figured that to give a tree a very like organic look, you got to put a lot of like curves to it, and you can't really achieve much curvature with just just regular tree logs, tree blocks alone. So the inclusion of these nether brick stuff is pretty, I think it's crucial. So I'm going to play around with this some more, but already just by adding the nether brick stuff here, it's already looking a bit more like a tree. um but also I did expand upon the center here. I did put a bit more blocks, wood blocks, just to make it, you know, curve, as I was saying. So yeah, it's looking pretty good so far, but it's going to be needing a lot more work. So yeah, I guess I'll pause here, but I just wanted to show you guys what I was able to, you know, figure out here. All right, everybody, this is the tree that we were able to come up with. Yeah, it's daytime right now because it was kind of hard to build the tree since the blocks that we're using are kind of dark. So figured to make it daylight just for now. But yeah, what did you guys think? It was kind of hard for me to make the tree actually because of the because of the stump, the that 9 by 9 stump that we built. But I mean, it looks okay now. But yeah, it was pretty hard to really build the tree. You know, like it was just at some parts was like very chunky. Um, but I'm still trying to fix it. I'm still trying to make it look more organic. Like I'm trying to add, like, as you can see, like curvatures to it. So like this thing curves like this way. Um, like here a little bit. Like I wanted to make the tree look um, as tree-like as possible. I didn't add too much here, but even the base I find really chunky. So I need to trim that out a bit. It just looks really thick. Let's see. But yeah, I think now is going to be the time where I include where I start placing down like the leaves. In the videos I was watching, I saw a lot of the leaves were kind of just they weren't like they didn't place the leaves like this, right? What they would do is they would space it out so you can kind of see, like, for example, like this. That's how they place the leaves, sort of like that. Um, maybe not so much like this. Maybe like something like that to some degree. You know, like there's like definitely air blocks in between each leaf, and I think it really does look nice if it's like that because, for one, you can probably put a little bit more like minute details in there. So let's say I saw some people doing candles, so they would put candles in the air or something. Let's get some string. My inventory is quite a mess. Let's leave that there. Okay, so let's say, oops, Put string here. Oh, never mind. Hmm, there you go. So like they have a candle, then they probably light it up too. So you can kind of like glows. Of course, want to cover up the candle. Okay, hold on. Let's change the shaders. Wait, shaders. Let's change the time to nighttime. Yeah. So you can see there's like a little bit of light in there, not too much, but that's what I plan to do with this tree too. Because, for example, like we look at the trees here, it's pretty dark, right? You probably put some soul lanterns because they don't emit a lot of light, but they look nice. All right, I can't. Let's see. There we go. Like with that, but we can cover it up. We'll see. We'll play around with the lighting. Um, but for now, I will put the leaf blocks. Try to also make it look as organic as I can. That's going to be hard, but since again I've never built a tree before, and of course a tree of this size, but we'll see. All right, folks, let's walk through this together. I was actually just recording uh, this part already, but unfortunately, I realized that I was recording for 17 minutes straight, so I decided to stop it and redo the recording, which is absolutely fine, because I don't want this episode to be way too chatty, and I was definitely chatting up a storm quite a bit there. See, okay, see that now. Do I even want to proceed with candles at this point? Why? Why am I asking myself that? Because I found the magic of amethysts, and I decided to put them all over the tree, but more especially, I want to put them all over where the leaves are, because it gives this cool effect of kind of making it look like it's sparkly in the inside, right? It's pretty cool. I want the tree to essentially look a lot like that, like a lot of sparkly inside, because it's gonna look pretty sick. Like already you're looking at the stars, and then you look at the tree, like why is it sparkly? Yeah. So in terms of what we've added, we've got glowberries here. And the reason why I put these vines here is because I decided that the tree needs a little bit more green into the build. So this is what I came up with. Actually, might really do away with the candles. Maybe if I want things to be hanging, I'll put it back. But yeah, maybe not. Maybe not now. Yeah, so blueberries are perfect for a few things. One, it's they're good to provide some form of lighting. And I've mentioned before that I want lighting here across this, I mean, along this tree, the tree trunk here, just so that we can light it up a bit because it's very dark. The blocks we use are pretty dark for this tree. So having this form of lighting, we can see the trunk better, see the patterns. Two, well, I already said it, the green. I want to have more greenery. I was contemplating on adding probably some like green leaf blocks like oak, or most likely oak because it's more vibrant, as you can see down there, versus like birch. But I think this will suffice. I mean, the Sakura blocks already have some sort of green to them too, so I think it's fine. Then we have the glow blocks as our green color in the tree. Again, amethysts, we're gonna have them all around the tree and all around inside the leaf blocks because it will provide that glittery that I like. I did not know this about blueberries too. I didn't know you can just first I thought that if you right click with bone meal it's gonna grow a new block, but no, it just grows the fruit. Should have known, but I didn't. Anyway, let's see. Like, do I want there to be a lot of amethysts? Okay, well, first of all, we don't want them to be exposed, right? Like, so like that this is pretty exposed here. So we should cover that up as much as we can. Um, I like glass blocks. It's perfect because you can put amethysts on them because you can't place amethysts on leaf blocks, but glass blocks you can, even though it's considered a transparent block. I like it, but I think the geodes they grew on, the seeding geode thing, is also transparent, so kind of makes sense that they can grow, they can be latched onto transparent blocks. But yeah, let's see, let's cover this up a bit more. I do want there to be space between blocks. Yep. So we can like kind of see through them. So that's the intention. Like we don't, so for example, for these trees, they're like completely covered with leaf blocks. So if you look through them, even from a distance, you can barely see through it. But at least with this, you can kind of see through if you space out the leaf blocks like that. And yeah, look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm trying to imagine how the tree's gonna look like, fully leafed up, but I don't know, still hard to imagine. But I will continue putting these amethysts here. I think they really contribute a lot to the build. Also, I put this what's this, spore blossom. I want to add, in addition to the pink petals that's released by the the cherry leaves. I felt that having some green particles would help the build out quite a bit more, just to give it some variance. Alrighty, folks, I think I might have overdone it with the amethyst here, but I really do like the effect that it gives, makes it really look like the trees sparkling from the inside. Yep. Um, the only problem I have with this build right now is trying to really make it look like a tree. As weird as that sounds, like have to. It's like if you can see, like it's not round. Like if you look at a tree, you can see how round the leaves are. It's not really achieved in this build here. Trying to soften it out at certain areas, but sometimes I put like way too much amethyst here and there, so um, looks like you can see it's like not round, not smooth in certain areas. But yeah, I will try to figure it out as I go here. I think I do. Oh yeah, I do need these. Well, I could just get rid of this one here. Okay, there. There we go. Yeah, there's a lot of like I really put a lot of leaves in some areas, so I just need to do some trimming. I put leaves mostly to just try to hide the amethyst because I don't really want it to be too exposed, but then that just adds way too many leaves to the build. I think that's a little bit better. But yeah, I like it though. I like that there's just a lot of amethysts, but yeah, it if it sacrifices the appearance of the tree, then I'll have to trim it a bit. Actually, there was a lot of leaves here already too, but then again, it just like looked like it wasn't a tree. Hard to explain it, but that was the vibe I was getting from it. So, but yeah, I mean, I'll keep putting leaves, and then I'll trim. I think the amount of amethyst here is okay. Might be too much actually, but we'll see. I tried to take advantage of the tree branches here, where I can just put a bunch of amethyst because it's going to be covered up by leaves anyway. But I think some of these I have to get rid of, like this one I should get rid of, because at some points of the tree I do want to expose the underneath the branches, like this one here. So yeah, see. But anyway, that's the update I wanted to show you guys. The next one, most probably I'm going to have this tree all finished, and then that will be the end of the episode. So, yep. I'll see you after this tree is complete. Well, folks, you might be wondering why the tree is on fire. I decided to go ahead and redo it completely. I don't like how it looked. But now you can see just how much amethyst crystals we had laying around. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna completely redo it. Starting from the base of the trunk, because at least now I kind of have an idea what to do and how to make the tree look. I probably won't do the same thing I did before, like 9 by 9, trunk in the middle. Um, yeah, we're gonna make it better. So don't worry. If it doesn't work out, I made a backup. But yeah, I'm gonna start from scratch. 'Cause I was going somewhere, but not what I wanted envisioned in my mind, you know. So yeah, looks cool though. Look at all these floating stuff. But yeah, probably what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start from the base. I don't want it to be too thick as it is now. Um, so yeah, I'll start from there, work my way towards the top. I don't know. It depends because we already have so much recorded in this episode. So yeah, we'll see. Be right back. Oh, folks, please forgive me. I wanted to do a step-by-step process of how I was building this tree trunk here, but my OBS wasn't recording properly, so yeah, so I already built it a little bit high up already. Yeah, so apologies, but let me try to explain to you how I came up with this. So first off, um, again, I'm no tree building expert, but I want this tree to be shaped irregularly, like versus how I had it before, right? So I just laid out like a sort of circular pattern, but I tried to make it as irregular as I could. So if you can see, this is the first layer, and you can see it's not a perfect circle, of course. It's just round, but irregular. I put some of these nether brick stuff here, and what I was saying in the other recording was that for the second layer here, the the placement of the nether bricks largely determined on which part of that layer gets to have another block placed on the outside diameter of that second circle. So for instance, there's really no nether brick here that's to support something there. So I opted to just not place a brick, a cherry wood block there, although it could possibly work too. So it really highly depends on your eye. Like what you see that looks right, what you see that doesn't look right. Really, I think this part of the build, this stage of the build, is highly dependent on that. You can't really give an exact um, instruction of like how to build a stump like step by step. It really depends. It has to be, you know, it has to be randomized. You can't just be like, oh, let's do a 9 by 9 circle and then apply wood at various locations. I don't think it works like that. At least for me, it doesn't. So for me, I just use my eye and I look what seems like it could work, what seems like it won't work, and I just trim the trim the excess and add what's lacking, and this is it. Um, so this tree stump initially was a bit shaped like an oval. I didn't want it to shape like an oval. I wanted it to be more circular. So it was essentially lacking here at this coordinate. So it's like a bit flat. So I opted to make the path a bit more curved around it, because before it was just going straight like this. So I curved the path around it. I removed some blocks. I put some pattern some path blocks here, and this is how we have it. Although I might opt to remove a bit more. There we go. Just to make it just to make the path less on the less towards the tree and around it, I guess. So right now I'm in the stage of um, making this tree taller. So I'm less focused on the organic curve, but I was now trying to decide how to curve the tree in terms of the trunk, right? Because I want this tree to curve. So, for example, like this, the tree is curved this way. But since this is Minecraft we're talking about, the only way you can do it by the amount of blocks it has is to just stack blocks side by side, right? For here, since we are making this a bit more, there's more blocks to work with, aka more pixels. Um, we have more freedom in terms of how we can curve the tree. So I was trying to explain how I want the tree to curve here towards the right, because that's really where the space is. So to do that, and I think the tree is shaping to be able to curve this way. How how can I how can I visualize that? Well, I'm just really basing it off physics here. So for me, there's more trunk that's closer to the ground this way over here, right? As opposed to here, it's a bit more straight up. And so realistically, gravity's better supported where there is more, I guess, surface area. Yes. Like for example, if you, so let's say you have a stick. Let's say you have a stick that's just, standing up like this, right? Would you think it would be better supported if, it had supports like this versus without the supports alone, right? So if you tip it over, if you push the stick this way with these supports, would probably be able to resist that force much better versus if it didn't have supports like this, right? Because there's more surface area that the stick is able to have covered on ground wise, I think. Sorry, I'm bad at physics, but I'm trying to imagine physics with my mind. So I guess that's the same that applies to this tree. Oops, to this tree, although it's more like this, right? So if the tree has better support on this axis and it's more straight up this axis, of course, I think the tree would grow. Let's see here. The tree would be able to grow this dimension better because gravity wise, it's able to resist uh, the force applied by gravity, like, this way down and this, because now since there is this additional weight here, the force is essentially going this way, right? Instead of just straight down, it's like this way, right? But since we got these supports here, it's not going to tip over that easy. If it didn't, then I mean, it could still probably resist that force, but over time, as the tree grows, it's probably gonna like off itself. So yeah, that's my logic behind this build over here. Might actually put a little bit more. Yeah, I'll start curving the tree this way and see how it works. So we'll be right back. All right, folks. So I'm starting to curve the tree up here now a bit. As you can see, this is how I'm curving it. I'm trying to keep it as not too uh, blocky as I can. Like so trying to keep some um, organic ish curvature to it while trying to not make it as blocky. Although, as you can see here, that there are some portions that make it seem a bit more blockier and like less organic. But this this portion here is important because we need uh, kind of need this like some sort of supporting structure for the curve, right? You can't just go curve right away. It has to have I guess in my eye, some sort of supporting straight structure here. So this is where we're going to apply the curve this way. As you can see, I've also placed some nether brick stairs here just to make the curve a bit more natural as it starts curving. So oops. So we'll see how that works. No, not that one. I want this one. Yeah, that's how I'm curving the tree. I'm just playing, mostly I'm just playing around with block placement here. I don't want it to curve this way, like towards this. I just want it to curve literally to its right, because I don't want this tree to be on top of these other trees. So yeah, do you guys, sorry, do you guys see what I'm trying to say now? Like, how the base here is much more wider, so um, curving the tree this way, I think, is what works the best. Although I don't want to apply the curve too strongly right away. I still want to put some structure to this tree, so I'm still adding on to this side here to the left side, but as we go, as the tree curves more and more to the right, I'll start angling the blocks towards towards this direction. Who knows? I might actually also add a branch towards this way too. Again, just to make it a bit more balanced looking. Also to note, we're really running out of time in this video. Like we're already at like 30 plus minutes. I'm gonna have to skip the leaf building to the next episode just because, man, tree building is just taking way too much time. It's really not my forte, so this is a lot of uncharted territory for me. But we're building it together. Actually, I think we're gonna be nearing the that's so hard to see. We're gonna be nearing the leaf application soon because I left this here because this is exactly where I started building the leaves up. So I'm gonna keep adding here. I'm gonna keep adding on. Then eventually eventually leaves. I see it looks weird here now. Like it looks I don't know. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Sometimes it helps just put random bricks to make it a bit more organic. I like to do that. But then some parts I just leave as is. Let's see here. Yeah, this is fine, I think. I mean, if I really want to, I can put brick there. I mean, a block there, and then just like work out. It's like this. Okay. I'll just stop here, and then I'll come back to when I have the final stump, the final tree trunk, and then we'll end the video there, and we'll continue onwards on the next episode. Let's see, for now. See, I'll keep playing around with it. Alrighty, so we are now building the first branch, and to make the build more organic, you know, I've added some nether bricks to the mix here, just to kind of fill in that space, you know what I mean? Like, for example, if you stack blocks like this, kind of looks awkward here, because it's like, Looks like it's just literally floating. There's no support. So yeah, the brick there. Like, oh, okay, I see. They're connected now. So yeah, this is the same concept here for these parts of the branch, Michelle branch. Yeah. So I'm also adding a relatively thicker branch. I think it's thicker towards this direction, just because we have the tree leaning towards its right side. So you know what? If we have a branch here, center of gravity will be shifted better, and yeah. So I propose we put a large branch here, and yes, yes, large branch, yes. So that's that. That's the that is the logic here. Hmm. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So on to the next ones. All right, folks, just to quickly go over the branches, we've made 3 branches here. This 2 thick ones, this one, and this one. Then we got this thin branch over here, or trunk, no branch. I made them split down towards their ends, just to make them a bit natural, more natural looking. For the thicker ones, I added more, nether brick, more wood to make it thicker. This guy, not too much. I also wanted to share with you that I split the tree down here the middle a bit, because before we had wood stacking like this tall, and it was like all around. It kind of looked weird and seemed like the branches were like just stemming off of that center part. So I trimmed it down a bit to make it a bit better, a bit natural, make it really seem like the branches are growing separately from each other. So yeah, this guy looks a bit too thick though, so I might have to change it up a bit. But anyway, yeah, that does it for now, folks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a few things, especially of how my mind works with all these building stuff. Sorry, this is really not a tutorial, so but I hope I could have helped you out a little bit, or inspire you to build your own mega tree. Um, your beautiful tree. Yeah. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Next episode again, we're gonna put the leaves down. We're gonna put the amethyst down. Maybe some candles to light it up. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Stay healthy, stay safe, and of course, um, have some snacks, healthy snacks. Okay. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.